I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
Hello fellow nerds and crafters. Today I wanted to make a dice box for the set of dice that I had made. They're a set of blue with some pearls and a little bit of mylar flake glitter inside. So I wanted to make it an ocean slash mermaidy theme, so I have all of my shells and I'm just going to decide as I go what looks best. So I'm going to go in with some blue colorant by Decorum, I think this is from. And I'm just going to mix that up until I get the color that I want. And I'm going to add this Kamenskia ink in Northern Lights to give it a shimmery effect. So I'm just going to fill these about halfway with the resin. Then I'm going to take a small cup and put some resin in the cup and dip my shells in the cup. I wish that I had a vacuum chamber because this would make this portion a lot quicker. What I'm having to do is take each seashell, put it in the resin and try to dig out the bubble because these have lots of air in them. If I had a vacuum chamber, I would have just put the resin and some shells in the resin in the vacuum chamber. It would have pulled out the bubbles from the shells and then I could just place those into my mold here. However, I don't have a vacuum chamber, so this took me quite some time. And a lot of the shells still did float a little bit because I wasn't able to get all the air out. So I am going to put this on a fast forward because it did take me, I want to say at least a half an hour to do this, if not more. And it probably was more. I had to dig out each bubble from each shell that I put in, and I kept having to go in and press them back down into the mold. I ended up taking out some of the resin because I knew that some of these shells were going to float and I would have to do a back coat, so I wanted to make sure that I had enough room for that. Once those cured though, I went in with a back coat of just the same colors that I used before, the blue and the Northern Lights, and gave it a back coat. They did, however, come out really cool looking. So they were worth all of the time, and all of the shells were properly encased in the resin, so nothing was poking out anywhere. When the pieces were together though, I realized that one of the sides would be the top and it would be really plain because I didn't have any of the shells facing that way. So I took these chameleon powder from Let's Resin and some other powders from Temu, and I dusted these shell molds with random colors and poured in some black resin to make the colors pop. I also decided to try out these interference powders by Let's Resin as well. And once they were all dusted and cleaned up, I filled them with black resin. I used Good Takes mica powder to color my resin black. These all came out really pretty, and all I had to do was decide how I wanted to arrange them on the top of my dice box. It took a while to figure out how I wanted to arrange them, and I decided that I would just pop a few of them right in the center. I really liked this tiny starfish and the rock. So once I did decide on the placement, I took some super glue. I did end up going back later and using some 5-minute epoxy on this piece here, the starfish and the rock, because it just wasn't sticking very well. Everything else stuck really well with the glue, but I went back in with 5-minute epoxy for just that one piece. The dice that I made this box for actually turned out to not be cured very well. I'm not sure what happened, but I could still press my nail into them, and I made them last summer or fall, so they should have had more than enough time to cure. So I did end up making a new set of dice, which is in these photos. If you'd like to see how I made those dice, you can come back and check that out, because I made a video for that as well. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If there's anything you'd like to purchase, check out my Etsy store in the description box down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!